Hey folks, hey, how's it going? My name's Ernie. Artist Ern's my channel name. Yeah, usually I play Animal Crossing, my friends, but we're going to talk about a different game. Game I haven't played in a long time. Talking about Warhammer, my friends. Yep, Warhammer. Game of fantasy battles. Games Workshop. Yeah. Now it's only proper that I be drinking tea while we talk about this great game from a UK-based company. Well, my friends, this stuff has been buried in my closet since the end times, 2014, when they discontinued the Warhammer. Now it's totally exciting, my friends, because it's coming back with Warhammer the Old World. Okay. Now my best friend Jessie, who actually introduced me to this game, gifted me this. I still need to buy the main rule book, but it's been out of stock at our game store. I'm hoping to put an order in, and eventually, I'll get it. Now the ironic thing is my best friend Jessie, she was able to get the rule book, but she wasn't able to get the book for her Bretonians. So, but we'll see how it goes. Or maybe she did, and she didn't get the Arcane Journal. But we're going to be playing games eventually. Yep, Warhammer the Old World. Okay, so my friends, this right here is just a chunk, okay? So, I started playing in 6th edition. And primarily, I was a Vampire Counts player, okay? I played the Vampire Counts. VC. That was my army. Yep, the Vampire Counts, yep. Now, most of these boxes are going to be like bits, stuff that's not put together, like for example, like this right here. This is some ghouls, okay? So this is stuff I was putting together. Can you see it really good? Here, let's see if we can get a good view. Yep. Okay. So pretty much, I got a lot of gray plastic, my friends. I do got some painted troops. So when 8th edition hit, a lot of players weren't happy and they rage quit. I was able to buy a lot of stuff for pretty cheap that I was going to put together. When, then the game got discontinued, it was a big surprise, but basically, it was Vampire Counts. Was my jam, my friends. Yep, I can't wait to get this guy back on the battlefield. I'm going to have to change a lot of the bases, but here we go. I'm just going to give you let's just look at them really quick, I got a lot of stuff. We'll probably make a bunch of videos, but my friends, I started playing GW products back in '91, okay? But ironically, it wasn't Warhammer that I played. It was GW's board games, okay? They're fantasy board games. I was a big board game player, okay? And I discovered the wonderful games of GW. Mighty Warriors. And then, Warhammer Quest, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, and then my best friend Jessie, she told me about this great Warhammer, which I was already seeing some of the models being used in Warhammer Quest, Hero Quest, So basically, when 8th edition, when the end times came and GW blew up the world, and they started Age of Sigmar. Basically, that's when our group fell apart, my friends. A lot of my buddies, they were playing, Warhammer since they were kids. And when GW blew up the world, that blew up their interest in the game. But fortunately, half our group's coming back, and I'm very happy about that, okay? So, I got gifted some armies. I bought some armies for cheap. So this right here, my friend, is a big old bunch of pile of orcs. A ton, my friends, a ton. Okay, now, a friend of mine said, hey, Ernie, you want my army? I'm not going to play anymore, okay? This is only a piece of it, my friend. I got more in my storage. I got about, I don't know, 7,000 point army of orcs in my storage. Okay, so what it was is my friend said, hey, Ernie, I'm not going to play anymore. Why don't you come pick up my army? You can have it. Because, my friend knew I was switching from vampire counts to greenskins. Because I wanted a more combat-oriented army. Instead of being magic-y with the vampire counts, right? So basically I was expecting to come over and hang out with my friend. And we talk about Warhammer and how he's not playing anymore. But it turns out my friend wasn't even there. And this 7,000 point army was sitting by the trash can, my friends. Yep, a box of books, some terrain. I'll show you that later on in a different video. This is just an introductory video. I'm hopefully going to be painting this stuff, rebasing it, and have a better setup where I'm not sitting on the floor on a little footstool. Okay? But, this is just a little hey, welcome back, Warhammer. I'm glad you're back in my life, okay? Now, I did post these pictures on the Facebook page of this and got a lot of good reactions, okay? So, now, right before the end times, or the end times are going on, they had a good special on this terrain set, right? And so this is from the what was that, Winds of Magic? So I got this for my birthday, right? And I opened it up, and I was starting to assemble it. And that's, like I said, that's when, that's basically when everything just stopped, So I have all this plastic, and thank goodness it came back, I had to wait almost 10 years. This stuff is almost 10 years old, my friends. So this is all the 8th edition boxes, okay? So I got the terrain. Now this is one of the things that I was really very happy to get was the castle. Now unfortunately, the person I got it from used it to spray on top, which is a total shame, my friend, because that beautiful artwork is never going to be seen again. But the good thing about it is I still got the castle, and my friends, and it's unpainted, okay? So, it's the whole castle, the whole set. This is awesome. Now I did use this in a couple of games, and basically, what is it, not a skirmish game, but when you're storming the castle and stuff. When you have one army inside and a big army outside. Yeah, so this, my friends, was one of my dream items to get. And like I said, this was gifted to me, okay? That's why I'm not going to complain about the thing too much. This was gifted to me. I've been very fortunate, and I've had people give me stuff. I bought a lot of stuff, though, too. I spent a lot of money on this game. I thought it was going to be safe, I was going to be around for a while, okay? Now, and I've also picked up a bunch of stuff cheap on eBay. Basically, when the 8th edition dropped, people didn't like it. It wasn't their jam. So I picked up a lot of stuff super cheap. And I'll show you more of that later. A lot of stuff still in boxes, A lot of troops half-built, a lot of half-built stuff. So here you go, my friends. Oh, here's another terrain piece. So basically, I was picking this stuff up, thinking I was going to use it, But now I can. So the great part about it is all this stuff is eventually going to be reissued. So I can't wait to break it out, my friends. So most of these big boxes is terrain. Yeah, I already had this box already, but then my wife bought me these ones. So that's okay, because I was going to hook up these. We'll see. I don't know. This is still sealed, my friend. Okay, what do we got going next? Oh yeah, here we go. Mighty Empires. Yep. Because we used to play a lot of campaigns, the Border Princes and stuff. So we'll see. This is old stuff. I mean, I could probably repurpose it. I'm hoping I can, Now this I bought. Did I buy this new? Did I buy this used? I think I bought this used. I mean, it was not, still never put together, but I bought it from, like I said, during 8th edition, my friends, when people were rage quitting, there was deals galore. Go on YouTube, and there's a guy who puts his Dark Elf army on fire, okay? So people were just so mad about 8th edition and the end times and how GW was at that very end, at the tail end. Oh, God, yeah. Look up I don't know, dark elves on fire. I don't know. This guy set his army on fire. It was beautiful, and it was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking to watch. It was such a statement. A lot of people were hurt when GW abandoned fantasy. You know, this is their chance to make it right. Okay, now this is something I was very happy to find. It was very hard to get. The Garden of Moor. Okay, now this I actually bought after the end times during Age of Sigmar, and I found this in downtown Albuquerque, and this was hard. I mean, I was surprised to find this because this was already sold out when I got it. I got it for regular retail. This was oh god dang it, I almost knocked my glasses off. This was a very good find. And so I got all this cool terrain, and I can't wait to start painting it. So as you see, my friends, not only do I have a pile of shame, I got this great content. We're going to be painting this, putting this together, and we're going to be showing games. Not the whole thing, but eventually I'm going to be having some Warhammer content. I hope you enjoy it. It'll be all video based. It won't be live streamed. Okay? My live streams are basically my Animal Crossing games, and I love that game so much. But this is what I did before video games, you know. Okay, here we go. Now this is something, you know, is the Mordheim, you know, and basically, I bought this for the buildings mostly, but it has the rules, you know. Basically what it is, it's a supplement set, okay? So it's a supplement set. It has the houses and some rules. You still needed the main book, but yeah. But I got this. Oh God, I got this on an auction. Fortunately, I didn't have to pay too much for it. But I bought this for the buildings, okay? Because this is basically just a supplement to the game, okay? But my gosh, this has beautiful terrain. This is back when GW, so it's Walmart, I almost did my job. This is back when GW was making the paper buildings and before they started making the plastic, okay? This set goes back. All this stuff is like all 90s, all 1990s stuff, my friend. It's all 90s stuff, okay? Now here we go here. Now this, my friends, is a battalion box. Now this, I'll have to show you this some other time. I got some stuff in a paper bag. I got some stuff in another box. But basically, I bought a Wood Elf army that was in the process for like $80. $80, $100, or something like that. But it's a lot, my friend. It's a lot of, so this basically is stuff that's already been started, half put together, already half painted. Now this isn't the cream of it. The nice part about it is, it's a lot of the 6th edition metal models. I'll break that out in a different video when I have a better table and stuff and you can see better. But yeah, this is just a quick overview of just all the stuff I have. As you can see, I do have some, me and my friend Jessie did try to play some Age of Sigmar. We're trying to get it off the ground, but you know, I'm not sure if it's being played now. I haven't been in the game store in forever. We have a new one, and I can't wait to go start checking it out. What's new to me, it's been around for a bit. It's mostly Warhammer 40K and Pokemon and Magic, and that stuff has been played there. So now they're doing the Warhammer Fantasy, and that's why I'm jumping back on the track, man. Getting back in the game. Okay, here's another battalion box. Okay, now this is some old stuff here. This is some basically some old. Oh, this is an old Orc battalion. Okay, and this is I think this is 6th edition stuff, okay? Now this has already been put together, so this is just extra bits, okay? I already got these guys assembled, and with my troops down here, this is just the extra shields, the extra arms. I got a lot of extra bits, okay? And that's how it is when you play this game. Man, you have so many bits, so many extra pieces. And then now here, same thing. These are the Night Goblins. I used to have these guys on display like on my shelf like this, you know. And this is the same thing too. These are just like bits, you know. Some leftover arms, some shields. You know, eventually I'll just chop them down, put them in a bag, you know. Okay, let's put these guys back. But yeah, as you can see, these are all the It's all the nice old. Now these guys, now this, what year is this? 2000, okay. So this is, yeah, these are, it goes back, these go back. All right, what do we got here now? Oh yeah, so this was also part of that lot of the Wood Elves, was this Tree Man, but again, he's half built, he was already starting to be put together, so a lot of this stuff I gotta retackle. Now this is, unfortunately, this is still this is gonna be a current army. So, I got very fortunate. I have some dwarves, I have Wood Elves. Now the same thing, the dwarves are the same situation. Another rage crit. Man, I gotta tell you, my friends, I picked up a lot of stuff like pennies on the dollar. I'll make a better video. I'm trying to keep this short. What's this been, like 16 minutes so far? Okay, what do we got here now? Now this, my friends, was part of my army. Yeah. So basically, this guy, I put him together. Well, I started to, but I didn't finish. But in this box, see, I use a lot of these boxes to store my stuff in, okay? So, for example, you know, look, I got some dire wolves I started putting together, so I have all this, like, incomplete stuff. So a lot of this stuff is already glued together, but just not painted and put on bases. So which is kind of nice because they're changing the base size. You see, this was like the, I think this was the 7th edition. Or it might have even been 8th. But these are kind of funky. People weren't too happy about these sculpts. You know, I have a lot of the old wolves. And I got a lot of older stuff. And then what we got here? I got some Grave Guard I was going to put together. I started gluing them. And oh yeah, this is basically the leftover bits because I didn't put the dragon version together. It's like that's the thing about the GW stuff is, man, you end up with all these bits. I used to love the kit bash stuff, so they'll come in handy, okay? But you know, oh god, I'm so happy this hobby's coming back. I'm gonna have a little desk area where I can start putting my models together. I got a bunch of paint. It's probably no good, you know. A lot of tubs and stuff, you know, that were half used. A lot of orc green and stuff, you know. I'll be buying new paints in the hobby shop. You know, okay, here we got here. Oh yeah. So this was for my Orcs and Goblin army. This guy's put together in a different box. So this again is just leftover bits, my friend. Leftover bits that we didn't use from the different option that I planned on using for terrain. Yeah, so during 8th edition, so basically 6th edition, 7th edition, I played vampire counts. You know, big mobs of zombies, skeletons. And in 8th edition, I switched to green skins, okay? Orcs and Goblins, Night Goblins, you know, the Giant, which basically, that's when I made the switch to Night Goblins. And this guy, this is the same thing. This is just mostly bits, my friend. A lot of these boxes are bits. So once I go through and consolidate, and, you know, I'll just maybe hang the box art on the wall, you know. The box art's great on this stuff here. So this again, so this is some 40K stuff. Now, I wanted to get into 40K. I probably still will. Now, what I was doing with the 40K is I bought the starter set. I bought a couple of these, my friends. I bought a bunch of this stuff online. And then what I did, my friends, is I took a lot of my fantasy orcs. So I bought a bunch of bits online. You know, the arms and stuff. So I took a lot of fantasy orcs. And I just basically glued on the 40K orc arms. So I'm going to have a lot of my 40K guys are going to be dressed in fantasy garb, okay? And so I have a lot of, and the same thing too, you know, I did that. I did a lot of kit bashing where I took fantasy guys and I put the 40K bits on there. And so this is basically all like 40K guys, you know. So I got a bunch of stuff and then I got some stuff painted. So basically I'm going black and tan was going to be my thing. And I have enough, a small squad painted where I was going to start to learn. But see, I live in Santa Fe, New Mexico, my friend. Very small area. And so it's hard for a game store to thrive, okay? So, you know, basically when I bought this stuff, the game store kind of closed up, you know. So this stuff just been sitting around, you know. And so now I'm getting a second chance to play with my toys. Right? Okay, so now, all right, so basically, there we go, my friends. So this is a pretty old set. This is about the time I started, okay? Same thing again. I don't have the Empire. So basically, basically used to do back in the day is when you had starter sets, you would hook up with a friend, and then you would buy the armies. You would take your half, they would take theirs, and then you would have to kind of like, you know, negotiate on the extra items, okay? So I don't have the Empire, but the Orc guys are basically in my army. So what I have in here is basically like bits, my friend. Just bits, you know, some metal models, you know, just, you know, some fell bats. I got a little bit of, you know, some like terrain stuff to, you know, little craft items, a bunch of extra bases that are going to be like obsolete now because nobody uses these size bases anymore. So I'm going to rebase a lot of items, you know, which will be fine because since I've been playing for a while and I already have a lot of the models, I'm not going to need to buy models, but I'll be buying a lot of bases from the game store. So I'm not going to be one of those guys that goes to a game store and just uses their tables. Because those tables, you know, that's how they generate money. So, you know, you make sure you support your local hobby store. I'm happy to have one back. You know, so basically, I'll be buying paints. I'll be buying, you know, I'll be buying supplies to bring this stuff back to life, you know. All right. But yes, my friend, I'm so excited that this hobby is making a return. We still got stuff to look on the bottom. Okay, but yes, it's fabulous that this is making a return. You know, I can't tell you how excited I am that I get a chance to use this stuff. You know, it gets a second life, you know. I'm very happy about that. Okay, this is a little more rare. This goes up here. This is heavier. This is going to go there. You know, but yeah, my friends, I love putting together. Now, I've always been a person to put together models, car models, you know, and I'm like 60 years old. You got to figure that's how it was when I grew up. You know, trains, cars. So this was a natural, you know. It's a little harder now because I got the old man eyes and the bifocals. Now here, we're going to start getting, now this is something I picked up at an auction. This is a little cool like mini game thing where they have you playing on books. You know, it's that little introductory thing. Now this goes back. Now I bought this mostly, oh God, I think I bought this for less than $10, my friend. It's all there, never been used. I bought it mostly for the collectability and how cool it was. So let me put it the right way. But yeah, this is pretty old, my friend. What year is this? Oh God, this is just like 5 Space Marines, 8 Gene Stealers, 24-page book, a dice, the paints, a paintbrush. See, look, it has this cool belt. Look at that. Look at this packaging, my friend. Look how cool that is. You know. Okay, here we go. So now, we're getting into some nice stuff here. So this is, we're getting into some Orc Battalion boxes, okay? God, pardon me, I'm so sorry. Now this guy, as you can see, is, now these Orcs have already been put together, and I got them in a different box, okay? Half painted, put together. I started using them. As you can see, what I got in here is I got a lot of little extra bits. So, you know, some 40K bits. Yeah. So these are basically all 40K guys, okay? So more of the fantasy guys being converted. And then what do I have here? Oh, yeah. Check this out, my friends. These are some old models. Now these are some old 40K guys. These are some oldies. I got these guys pretty inexpensive. I'll be using these, in my 40K army. I love the old models. Now I got some really old Black Orcs, the Monopods. I got some really old stuff I'll be breaking out for the Old World. I'm so excited that that basically my greenskins are a current army. I'm kind of sad about my BC not being a current army, but I'll have a legacy list. I can still play them, okay? Now this one here, hold on. Okay. All right. So like I said, this was mostly put together. Now here we go. Oh, I almost forgot to put these back in the box. We don't want to be losing my bits. So this is all like 40K bits. Extra arms. It's like, like I said, when you put this stuff together, you end up with bits. So I got a lot of bits on eBay pretty cheap. So I was able to save a lot of money by converting a lot of orcs into 40K. There's ways to save money in this hobby. Now this is, here it is. Now this is, what year is this? This is, okay, this basically has the Spider Riders. So this is going to be when Skull Pass came out. Now this, my friends, is most of the battalion box. Okay, the orcs I put together. So a lot of these orcs got turned into 40K guys, okay? So that's what I saw. Basically, this battalion box I bought mostly for 40K, okay? So I have a lot of bits left over. I have some shields. I do have the command groups, which I'll be able to use for fantasy for the Old World. And I do have the sprue, the Spider Riders, which I can still use in the Old World, okay? So that's pretty nice. So, but I was being pretty thrifty, because, GW, this is an expensive hobby. That's always been. But, if you don't mind, basically stripping down old models, regluing stuff, converting, buying bits, there's a way to get around stuff, and it's fun. It's fun. Okay, now here, I have like 4 of these, okay? So basically me and some friends went halves on 4 of these sets, okay? So it was me and 2 of the dwarf players, okay? And so basically, I have a lot of night goblins and a lot of spider riders, okay? And so basically, now most of this set's painted, okay? So my VC, I was that guy that played with a lot of gray plastic, okay? Because I was learning the game. My friends were a little more, considerate, showed me a little more understanding. Because for them, it was about learning to play the game and then painting. Of course, I tried to paint, but when I started playing the Night Goblins, I was already been playing for a while, so I made sure a lot of my troops were painted, because it just looks great on the battlefield. So I used to run, basically, oh man, I love the Night Goblins. So Night Goblins, and I had a big unit. I would have like a unit of 100 spearmen. So I can't wait to start playing these guys. So it's going to be fun, but I got a lot of rebasing to do. And I got fanatics. I got the whole range, my friend. I got a lot of the trolls. It's gonna be fun. And then of course I have the other GW stuff. This is a metal model. I got a lot of old stuff I can't wait to break out. It's gonna be a lot of fun, my friends. This is metal as well. I got a lot of metal models, plastic models. I don't really have that much resin. I got a couple of resin characters, because by the time the fine cast came out and the resin was coming out, my group was already winding down, and the hobby was kind of winding down. Thank goodness it's coming back. But like I said, my friends, I got like 4 of these sets. So basically I got 4 of the Night Goblins worth of this. So I'm going to try to find one I can flip over without too much of a problem. Let's see, what did we see? Let me see about, but yeah, so basically, oh, here you go. So yeah, so this is all orcs, my friend. This is all orcs. So, as you can tell, this is my color scheme. Was going to be very like neutral color, you know, like browns and tans with the greens. So yeah, my friends, I mean, I just got like a ton and ton. So I'm going to be able to bring a popper wall, okay? So, but again, I'm going to have to rebase all this stuff, which I don't mind because I'll be able to spend money that way at the game store. So I'll just be buying new bases, you know. What do we got in here? Oh yeah, more night goblins. More night goblins. You know, basically red and black. Now this was an easy army to get painted on the table, you know. I think I still got shields, and I was doing production painting. So basically all the spears, and it was very, you know, it seemed monotonous, but once I got done, I got big, you know, it was nice. And like I said, you know, I still have a lot of primered stuff because basically, bam, the world blew up, the game stopped. Well, not the game, but our group. I know a lot of people kept playing, you know, with the Ninth Age and different rules. But man, when the end times came, that was it. That was it for that was it for my group. Look at this. Here's the book. It's all nice. The Black Pass, you know, Skull Pass. This, my friends, again, you know, basically more spiders, more orcs. I can't wait to start painting this stuff. How we been? Oh God, it's been 31 minutes. Not bad, not bad. We're getting through a lot of this. You know, a lot of this right now. So yeah, so basically, you know, all the dwarves are all gone. I don't know. Now the dwarf army I did pick up is mostly metal, my friends. It's an all-slayer metal army. I was very excited to get it, you know. I've been holding on to it for a while. No, I don't know. It belonged to, you know, basically I bought it for a family member who was supposed to, you know, I don't know. Long story, I don't even want to get into it. I still have them more than 10 years later. They're mine. They're mine. They're my models. Okay. It's just weird. Now, we used to have a lot of multiplayer games at our place. I had a nice game table we played at home. Now, I played a co-op army where we had a match, and then basically I had another orc player, right? And so this is a lot of old metal models. So it's like, this is like a little like 1,000 point force. The guy came, we played a game, he left his models there. He never came back for them. It's mostly all metal, my friends. And we're talking like old. We're talking like old orcs, my friend. Like 4th edition stuff. 4th and 5th edition stuff. You know, old stuff. Yep, that's an orc. You wouldn't think like that. It is. They used to look like that. Some night goblin stuff, you know, regular goblin. But yeah, my friends, a lot of, it's funky. It's funky. Yeah, look at them. Look at the size comparison. Bam, you know. But it's weird. So this is a mix of some, you know, and it's supposed to be metal. And the person never came back. I'd call him on the phone. You know, it became mine. And just like, wow, you know. And that's what my friend said, like, hey, it's just yours now, Ernie. Person never came back. It's just weird. It's just weird to see that kind of stuff happen, you know. Oh yeah. Some really old Chaos Warriors. I mean, we're talking some old stuff. I got a lot of old metal. A lot of old metal models. Metal was really hard to work with, you know. Oh, what else we got here? Oh yeah, same thing. This was basically more stuff. So this is a little bit of everything. So this was another thing that was basically a lot I picked up pretty cheap, you know. And this is basically a little mix of different stuff, you know, some non-GW models, you know. Look at this, dude. Look how cool that model is. Look at that metal. Look at this. Now there's some actual GW stuff in here. Look at this. Look at that gorgeous vampire cop model, my friend. And that's what this is. This is just a bunch of metal models. Some of it's Grenadier models. Some of it's, you know. Now the group I was in, we used to use like a lot of stuff from the toy store, okay? Because, you know, we don't have, you know, okay, so here in Santa Fe, New Mexico, there's no GW store, my friend. There is no GW store in this state, okay? And there hasn't been one as long as I lived here. So if you want to go to an actual GW store, you got to drive to either Denver, Colorado, or California, you know. So like one time, you know, we went to California for a convention. Another time, you know, I never been to the Denver one. So I did my older eBay, you know, ordered through our private shops. Like I said, we're a very small little town. We're in the mountains, high desert. Okay, so I gotta take advantage of this game. So now this game store has been doing pretty good. It's, you know, but yeah. No GW store, so we're able to proxy stuff, you know. But this is a lot of metal. I got a lot of metal models, my friend. Oh, I gotta put these other stuff back. Hold on, wait. So this is basically like a toy tank, you know. Had a friend give this to me, you know, like say, hey, you know, just, you know, don't, you know, just use toys, you know. So this is like for my 40K stuff, you know. Look at this gorgeous model. This is metal, my friend. The rider fell off the back. But yeah, this is, yeah, I think this is GW. But this is metal. It's pretty hard. Oh, here you go. Oh, yes, look. It's, yeah. And then the arms are, yeah. This is what I was mostly buying the lot for. Was this guy right here. King and the Necromancers for the BC Army. Oh, God, yeah. I don't know if you're going to be able to use him anymore. Is what he is. But yep. Got all kinds of cool stuff in here, my friends. Bunch of old metal. Bunch of old stuff. Eventually, I'll have a better presentation of this. This is just to get familiar. My friends, this is the first time I looked at this stuff in forever. It's been 10 years. This stuff's been packed in the back of the closet. I mean, packed like this. I moved it to a different room because now I have a new man cave. Well, this has been in storage. I got one more box. I got two more boxes I got to find. I got a box with basically my friend's army who gave me, and I got a box of all my books. My army books from all the editions, you know, my skirmish books. I'll find that later, you know. But I don't really need that stuff right away because, you know, I'm using the new rules. Hopefully, once I can acquire a rule book. Okay, hold on. But yes, my friends, I'm very glad this is coming back. Okay, I still got more. There's still more. This is only part of it, my friends. This is only part of it. See if I can get this off to fit. For some reason it's not fitting like it did. That's okay. Yes, I'm so looking forward to this. There it is. That's close enough. But yes, now I can field 10,000 points of BC. My best friend Jessie and myself, way back in 7th edition, we actually had a 10,000 point per side battle, where 10,000 points of Lizardman, 10,000 points of BC, of vampire counts. It was amazing. We posted pictures on a Facebook group I used to belong to way back in the day, It's probably not even there anymore, you know. But yes, I love this game. I just love games in general. I've always been a gamer. I've always been a nerd, my friend. I've always loved games, you know. Okay, but there's more. I got more. There's more. I got a whole tub. This is the top of the mountain. Like any player who plays GW, my friends, you got the pile of shame, okay? Now, what was a shame was I couldn't use this, but what's awesome is now I can. And I'm so happy, and I can't wait to share this with you. You know, painting, putting together, actually getting to games, you know. So I hope you enjoy this content, my friend, and welcome to my channel. Hopefully you'll like my other stuff too. You know, I play mostly video games, but I can't wait to get back into physical games. It's going to be fun, friends. It's going to be fun. And thanks for sitting around for 41 minutes and listening to this old man ramble about his little plastic army men. That's what my wife calls them. She likes to tease me and calls them my little army men. It's really funny. Yeah, friends. Can't wait. Can't wait. Talk to you later.